but we'll see if we get it right. Badang again banned out by Burnex Flash, no surprise. The second one is gonna be a Khalid. Are they gonna target a Guinevere? Now that is question number 2. For the side of RSG Singapore, they're gonna go with the Angela ban, no surprise.
Okay, alright, there you go. Uranus, because I think that they're kind of they got a phobia from the previous game that they can't deal with the Uranus, and they totally understand that. Despite the Uranus in recent record has not been used much from Burnex Flash, probably only once. That's about it, and even that without a win. But the Kaja has been banned out, so there's a respect ban to Lucian QT, meaning that the Franco is open again. But I think that as long as they can find a hero that has good mobility to go for the backline, they don't need to worry too much about the Franco.
We're gonna have the Kaja ban again, so this time Burnex Flash, they are the one that takes the Valentina away. Singapore, they are. I mean, you still have that Diablo pick, right? They do prioritize Diablo a lot, but this also opens up the Fredrin for them, which in the previous game was taken by Burnex Flash in first pick.
Yes. I mean, Shima did okay with the Fredrin, so I won't be surprised if he picks the Fredrin again. But here will be the question for Buji, right? Like, what will he pick? They could pick a mage next. So with Novaria still open, I would like to see him pick a Novaria. Yeah, just go for a Novaria. If not, we might see a regular pick like a Sheep or something like that. But they gotta take out the Fredrin away from Shima. So Shima, go for mobility, my man.
So Fredrin and Franco, we saw what Lucian QT is capable of in game number 1. Would you feel like the Franco was a big problem, or it's just, you know, well, we were not prepared, now we're gonna pick heroes that can deal with the Franco?
Honestly, I feel that it's not prepared. Like, they didn't know what to expect of this Franco. So I think that's why they're like not too worried about like whether they ban the Franco or not. They can allow the Franco to be taken. So now that they know what to expect, like, oh, this is how he will play the Franco, there'll be ways to counter him. And I guess one of it is to have an Akai with a heavy spin put in front, just to block off the hooks from Franco.
Harder to take it, harder to control as well. You have the Franco. I mean, you want to bite me? Let me knock you away. Like Fredrin likes to stay in place. Akai knocks him away, and Valentina also have. I mean, all the heroes so far on the side of Burnex Flash have mobilities to kind of deal with this Fredrin to a certain extent. Kind of a soft answer.
I've been waiting for
you. Singapore as the carry, there's a tank shredder right there.
Yeah, okay, so you got the tank shredder, you got the tank on the other side, but you don't have mobility yet to deal with the backline. So Beatrix is going to be very dangerous. Donut is going to be using it. He has a good record with the Beatrix. They have won against RSGSG before with that pick. So I guess what is up for grabs next, they need to have something of a mobility, something to be able to go in for the backline. I don't see like a carry or a Fredrin able to do that.
Well,
hello,
and
my friend.
We are kind of going back to the same questions again, right? The bans, they remain identical. Florian and Esther's ban, but we're now back to a matchup where the Beatrix is going to bully the carry early on, has range and damage advantage. Diablo's Guinevere ban now, that's one of the questions that we posed early on. So now is Diablo, what do you have left? Is it going to go back to Paquito? Are we looking at Esmeralda, a Mincita? What else is there for Diablo?
Ooh. I mean, relaxed engagement, right? I think Mincita would be great. If you can pull it up, and plus, recently Mincita has been quite nice as well. So now they're going to leave that for the last pick, and this leads a question of towards Burnex Flash. Like, okay, what is Diablo going to play? Okay, I'll just put it out there, right? Maybe a Paquito, because Paquito can go for the backline.
A part of me wanted to just go crazy with it. Benedetta or Jawhead, maybe Benedetta. But at the same time, I don't feel like that's going to be a probable choice. I mean, they have the last pick, right? That's what RSG Singapore have been doing for quite some time, where they just leave Diablo's pick for last because they wanted to see what the enemies have. The Farmers is going to be the pick alongside the Terizla for Burn X Flash. So you get the XP lane Terizla.
Yeah, a lot more sustainability at the front for a Burn X Flash. And I think this is also to deal with in case the Franco lands his hook. So they have a lot of options. They have the Count Alta to escape, and then they have penalty zone to counter back. They have a lot of options, a good amount of options. So this is where Lucian QT will need to be aware of. When he lands his hooks, it would be best, of course, if he can land the hook onto someone like behind a wall. That's going to be hard for Burn X Flash to follow up. But if it's an open area, then he needs to be prepared that the counter will come in.
What does Diablo want? Alright, let's find out. Lapu Lapu is going to be the choice. Back to basics. One of the more classic ones for the XP lane. Diablo showing it up. We get the Kadita mid lane as well, right? So this one is definitely a composition with less an unorthodox selection, right? Very, very straightforward for RSG Singapore. But we do have a roaming Farmers on the side of Burn X Flash, and I believe that there has been this discussion because of the recent nerfs. Farmers less desirable in the roam role, but Burn X Flash, they're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, so he's going to get his levels a little bit slower since he's on the roam. Since he's on the roam roll. For the first level of the Count Alta, it's going to take him 80 seconds to gain back his cooldown. At max level, it's going to be 70 seconds. So that's going to be quite long for the current patch of the Count Alta. So that also means that whenever he executes the Count Alta, he cannot execute it on the basis of it is a bait. It has to be used really, really well.
Absolutely. We see, I mean, RSG Singapore, they are one step through the door. I say one step through the door, but they are one step closer in completing this revenge, this grudge match against Burn X Flash. He's gonna do it again. Do it for MSC 2023, perhaps. Do it for what happened at Cambodia's playoffs. Here it is, game number 2, Burn X Flash against RSG Singapore.
All right. So as usual, if you have a Franco, you want to play a little bit more aggressive, try to get a hook onto the purple buff, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. But for Shima, he probably anticipated that. It's like, okay, yeah, I do have a Franco. You're probably going there, so I'll go for the orange buff instead.
They're just outmaneuvering this Franco early on. QT spotted mid as well, so it's the minor switch up, preventing any sort of early disruption from the side of from RSG Singapore. And that can be very important, right? Especially when we are waiting for that 2-minute turtle fight. These early delays can really cost them.
Oh, Lucian QT spots out G7, but it's still fairly early though. So the most that he can do is like land one hook and that's about it. Just to shoo him off. But interestingly, keep your eye on the movement of Lucian QT though. He is putting some focus onto the top lane, not allowing Donut to gain the farm that he would have wanted, because we all know that at the late game, Beatrix not only can dish out a lot of damage in a team fight, but can also push turrets.
And that makes a lot of sense, because you don't want this carry to get bullied too much, right? Into a Beatrix, you just get outranged, so not an easy fight. I do like the idea of Lucian QT helping out Ray. Let's go for an invade of his own with 2 of the camps down bot. Has a chance to connect on the bottom though onto ATM. Not hitting level 4 yet. Diablo also looking for that ultimate. Burn X Flash, they do have backup. So unfortunately, RSG Singapore won't be able to follow up. But it seems like Diablo is gonna jump in with that ultimate on the bottom side. Too brutal to witness. ATM dropping low, surviving with a slither of health as RSG Singapore goes onto the turtle.
Wow, okay. Managed to open up some space, but now Diablo is half health, so he has to get away. D7 pulls him back. Fuji's coming for the follow-up, and Shima could be in trouble. He could be going down next, but the Count Alta did save him, bought him some time. But the objective is still up. The turtle is there for the taking as Ray will secure it.
Enemy zone onto Bray. Fuji still alive. Cat stealing that the Diablo's ultimate
Whoa.
away, and Diablo just be like, no, that is my ultimate. You give it back. First blood for Diablo. Lucian 180, and Diablo finds a double. And RSG Singapore off to a great start again.
Wow, okay, securing the objective. 2 kills in the process. I mean, it's a perfect start for RSGSG so far. Very interesting to see like how they follow up after like one of them is like being chased out.
I mean, you gotta really love how they play that fight. Cat bursted down by Buji. That's 3 for RSG Singapore. These skirmishes from RSG Singapore played it well, honestly.
Absolutely. I mean, so far we can see a lot more control again. Okay, let's see here. E7 is in trouble. Ah, there you go. Oki will be there to shred him down. Donut, there's nothing much that he can do.
And that is, I mean, you are very happy if you're Oki, especially when you are playing a carry. And look at that, Donut try to dash away, but Bray, he knows. Petrify used by Fuji just securing the bloody hunt to lock Shuma in place. DK will be dead. They use the early cow Ulta. RSG Singapore, they need to decide if they want to fight this one. Ralph Wei chooses while Brave with the appraised scrap almost destroyed the Akai. RSG Singapore walks out with all 4 men alive.
To be fair, Jima did what an Akai is supposed to do, like, okay, step into the front and show himself first, baiting out some of the skills, and he managed to bait out the Bloody Hunt. At the moment the Bloody Hunt is being used, that's where the rest of Bird X Splash comes in. But unfortunately, they don't have the amount of damage to counter back onto RSGSG because of their gap.
That comes to one down. Bray again in the front. Second turtle will be the target. Oki getting sniped by Donut, so lose a bit of that health. Not getting up the fastest anyways. RSG Singapore, 2-man con. Fuji looking for the rough ways. Can't find the Akai as he disengages with a heavy spin and even walks away with the turtle. RSG can't follow up with that.
Yeah, heavy spin push away the members of RSGSG, and that's where he took advantage of it, securing the total. So at least something back for Bird X Splash, not losing any members in the process, but still the goal difference favors onto RSGSG. I wouldn't say that they have total control just yet, but that also means that Bird X Splash, they need to farm. They are way behind. If they are able to catch up on the farm and if they go 50-50, then there could be a good possibility that they can execute well against RSGSG.
Bottom side, Buji again into the ultimate. Oki can shred his target in time, but off screen, Bray actually finds D7. Even gets rid of its battle spell as well. 2 for the 3, down bottom. Super Shuma. And ATM need to hold the fort. Lucian QT not looking too healthy, but does have the Iron Hook back up in a little bit. Knock up onto ATM. Diablo showing up to the party as well. All 5 men of Brenner's going to be there. Diablo just playing with fire a little bit.
Can you imagine if Diablo actually committed like straight up the back, like without waiting at the process? He'll be caught by a Burn X Splash, so that was pretty scary for him.
And thankfully, you know, Diablo just scaring them away. So Oki will take the bot tier 1 again. Cloud is 6-0 in 6 minutes in, 4.7 goal advantage for RSG Singapore.
Yeah, I mean, they have a good advantage right now. Okay, we can see it for, let's see here. Shima right now has the Molten Essence, hoping to farm as fast as possible with that item, and he should be able to do so. But unfortunately, because RSGSG, they've been doing a slight jungle invading, so Burn X Splash don't have as much resources that they would have hoped for.
They're gonna try and get some info. The Iron Hook onto ATM! The call also comes out in time. Diablo dealing with the back line. He just destroys C-Cat. RSG Singapore, they're gonna get the turtle as well. I mean, Burn X Splash, they could not get anything done. Nothing is accomplished from that. The appraisal scrap on top of the Akai, and it's gonna be Bray on a killing spree as the mid-tier 1 gets destroyed as well. RSG Singapore, 3 more kills in turtle.
It all started from the hook, ladies and gentlemen, from Lucian QT. That separated the D7 from the rest of his team. So when he used the call Alta, it was all for his own. And of course, always the idea of the call out is that, okay, so you can save your teammates, go into team fight, and you can sustain it a little bit longer. But when he was forced to use it for himself, then obviously his teammates don't have the call out to sustain.
Look at Diablo, this guy, he's jumping into 5 levels to save the fight. A pistol right there. The beat damage instantly cancelled by Diablo. This man has come online, and the point blank iron hook on the ATM makes him into money itself. RSG Singapore now 10-0 in this game.
Cashing out onto ATM, it seems, as they now have a 8K goal lead against Burnex Flash, and they'll be happy to take that. Oh, and what
again with the flicker, Lucian QT is unstoppable. They break the mid through. Diablo gets pulled in. No one from Burnex Flash go down thanks to the Cow Alta. But what do you do against this Franco?
Man, give this guy a medal right now. I mean, this Franco, his hooks on point at the right target, forcing them to even use the call out, and now without the call out, still in cooldown. This will open up space for RSGSG to take the top turret.
Top tier 2 down. That's the last outer layer defense of Burnex Flash. RSG Singapore systematic in this game. 8.4k goal lead. More has just spawned. Burnex Flash left wondering what to do in this game. Can they even contest lore? I don't think it's possible.
No, not at all. I mean, it's almost a 10k goal lead now. They won't have the damage. They won't have the sustain. They do have the Cow Ultra, but that's not going to help them. So they might as well just let go of the Lord.
No contest, basically. It would take a miracle for Burnex Flash to come back. It really feels like RSG Singapore, at this stage of the game at least, 9.5 minutes in, have signed that first death sentence for Burnex Flash. And the rest of the game is going to be an uphill climb. Bray, he's just going to contest this. I mean, you want to fight me? I'm going to retreat a buff away, you know, and nothing is for you.
Yeah, he managed to steal it away. So heartbreaking for Super Shima. He wasn't ready for that. And now speaking about ready, RSGSG getting ready right now with the Lord walking down the middle, but they're not pushing the top lane though. But I guess that's okay. They should still have the minions wave well managed by the time the Lord reaches the front door.
Letting it slow push. I mean, Bray, the entire time he was just standing in front of Brenner's face. Oh, Lucian QT, a good attempt this time, not to connect. But RSG Singapore looking to break the inhibitor turret. Ralphway is ready. The turret needs to go first. Diablo flickers to safety. Backdoor protected not enough, but they will lose Lucian QT finally. Trading it back for 2. RSG Singapore getting the battle spells out of ATM as well. No more flicker for the Charizla. Lord does go down, but RSG finds 2 inhibitor turret. Snipe comes in from Donut. Damage not enough. RSG Singapore decides that they have done enough damage to face a Burnex Flash.
Alright, now they're done. They don't have Lucian QT, they don't have their tank, so they're like, okay, let's be disciplined enough. Let's hold back, let's clear out the jungle. Basically not allowing Burnex Flash to come out and farm. And looking back at the replay, look at the execution. Okay, Carl Arthur used that great, but they couldn't touch Oki. Look at Oki's position. He was at the back, he sidestepped to the right, and then sidesteps again. Like, he's just there, just dealing up damage, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Heavy spin, look at Bray, he's so far away from home. Tries to cut the Akai off, ends up getting knocked back into the turret. Fuji doesn't want to be there. Alright, Singapore is a little bit careful. Lucian QT ends up losing his life. Caught out by Burnex Flash, that's 2 kills for them. RSG Singapore sent on the run.
Yeah, time to disengage, ladies and gentlemen. Diablo still there poking. 2v1. Okay, Diablo gotta be careful, but there's nothing to lock him down. And anyway, the rest of Burnex Flash needs to get back to defend as the minions are in from the top lane. So now both teams reset. But if you look at the overall summary, Burnex Flash has yet to take down a single turret.
Yeah, you are correct. Not only that, I don't think they've even laid a finger on any of the turrets.
Oh, yeah. Man, this is just next level record right now. But that could change now with the Lord, as the Lord is up and Burnex Flash is ready for it.
Bray, locked down by the penalty zone. He needs help right now. They come in with the conceal. Bray's gonna go down. gonna be the bloody hunt used already. Diablo flicks us to the back.
Wow, Oki.
Done, but Oki
Ooh.
is out of position, but doesn't matter though. He's shredding everyone.
Whoa.
D7 run. Oki is coming after your family. Is coming after your children. Is coming for your base, and that's 3 for RSGSG. Well,
Dude.
2. But D7 just revived thanks to the passive. Either way, RSG Singapore back in control.
Man, his revive could be short-lived right now. You don't be careful. But dude, we always talk about like, okay, whenever we play your ranked games, you always talk about like, okay, your marksman, stay behind, keep a good distance. For Oki, it's like, no, I just go all the way to the back line. He's playing like he's the assassin.
Oh, he is unleashed, out of control. He is uncontrollable. Ward going over to RSG Singapore again. Oki so far, just to give everyone an idea of how good he has been playing, not only is he 6-0 in this game, he has not died in the last game as well. So overall, he is 15-0 in this goal laner in the series.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. And looking at how he's playing, it does look like he'll be on track for another perfect game for himself. But that's also thanks to his teammates like Lucian QTs, Iron Hulk has been on point. And speaking about Iron Hulk, ooh, that almost landed on the Shima.
As well by ATM, slow down, locked down with a bloody hunt. And the space is gonna be dead. A knockup from Fuji almost gets away. Thankfully, with the Fiddle Fell, also expired spot. Crashing into the base. RSG Singapore's victory is in hand. They might be able to do this. Oki again unleashing the damage. They're going straight for the jugular. Burn X Splash cannot stop them. And RSG Singapore have done it. Revenge on the regional stage. What they couldn't do in MSC, they have done it right here in the group stage. 2-0 over Burn X Splash.
And what Jace couldn't do,